What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another Ranger Talk video. Got a really special one here for y'all today. I'm going to be chatting with the mighty, the incredible, the legendary Tim Hansen of Induction. What's going on, man? How's it going?
Hey man, yeah, all good. Thanks for having me. Such a pleasure. I've seen your reviews previously and really enjoyed them. So thanks for the invitation and happy that we can talk a lot about Born from Fire today.
Yes, absolutely my pleasure. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me. I really appreciate it. So yeah, I guess let's somewhat start at the beginning. So when you first started writing for the new album, did you have any particular vision or goal in mind at the start, or did you just kind of just start writing?
Yeah, I mean, I see where you're getting at, but while I would like to tell you that I knew right from the start where to go, it's just not true. I think writing is a thing that comes to me very naturally, and I take inspiration from a lot of different sources. So basically, I was just, compiling songs and collecting ideas, and then eventually the idea kind of formed into the final product, which is now Born from Fire. And I didn't have the thought of like having a concept album or a theme, but now we definitely have like a red line going across all the songs. And yeah, it's just something that kind of happened naturally. And I'm really happy with how everything turned out and the actual like meaning behind the title and all that. Yeah.
Well, that's a perfect segue. I was actually going to ask you about that, Born from Fire, if that had any special significance for you or the band.
Yeah, just the other day I was asking we have a Facebook fan group, and I wanted to hear from the people what they interpreted from it. And one of our fans wrote pretty much what I had in mind as well, which is obviously the last 2 years previously with COVID have been a huge hardship, not only for us, but the whole music industry and many bands. And we had a big lineup change compared to the first album. So what I kind of wanted to symbolize with that is that not only we as a band were kind of reborn with full power, but that artists and like musicians and these kinds of people in general come out of those times, I think, often even more inspired than before. And that was really the case with us, and especially with Born from Fire, because the songs really reflect, I think, the kind of energy that that we have on the album artwork and everything going on. So yeah, that was kind of the main idea.
Cool, kind of like a fresh start, if you will.
Yeah.
So is there any influence from the previous album on this album? Did you come off of the previous album like, oh, you know what, I would like to do this or that differently, so for the next album I want to do that? Was there anything like that you kind of learned and incorporated into the new album?
It's a great question. And there's one very big thing, which is that this time around, I took a much bigger focus on implementing the vocals in the writing process already. I believe it's not known so much, but I believe in some parts it's quite well heard that on the first album, we took a different approach, which was that we basically finished everything before we finished the vocals or started even working on the vocals.
Oh, wow.
So I think in some parts you can hear that the vocals are kind of on top of the music. And we had to somehow, there's so much going on the first album that we had to see, so now how do we fit Nick in there?
Right.
It was,
we don't want an instrumental album.
Yeah, it was a big challenge. And that's why the energy on the first album is like so wild sometimes as well. But this time around, I took care, because we have such an amazing singer with Craig, I think, that he can really shine. So I made sure that well, the vocals have a much bigger aspect. And as for the rest, I think songwriting wise, I was this time focusing a little bit more on like hits and big melodies and yeah, these kinds of things, going maybe a little bit more simple, but I still wanted to keep a lot of the elements from the first album, which basically was this like very progressive element. And we do still have this in a few of the songs. So this, yeah, like the idea was kind of to give it like a fresh spin without losing the spirit, or it's not even losing, with it's just maintaining what Induction stands for. And anyone that listened to the first few singles, I think, would agree that we hopefully achieved that.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to ask, you know, the first few singles, they're quite, what's the word I'm looking for? Different, you know, they have, you know, a different feel to each one. You know, it feels like Induction, but there's quite a variety, quite the difference in styles somewhat in just the singles alone. Does that carry over to the whole album? Is it quite, you know, quite the eclectic variety of songs, surprises hidden throughout?
Yeah, I mean, I was surprised somehow because I haven't seen it like that, but just recently, the other day, I heard as well that the album well covers a lot of can cover a lot of tastes. So, and I think the way that I would put it, it doesn't get boring because, as I mentioned earlier, I take inspiration from a lot of places, and I try to implement them in a way that is fun to listen to and like Induction, you know. So I believe that there's like a lot of diversity on the album, but definitely like every song is unmistakably Induction. So that's kind of what I aimed for. And on the other hand, I have to also honestly say that I'm not totally set on my style, right? I'm young, I'm energetic, I write songs and I write them for fun.
Yeah.
So I do whatever like feels right, and when I feel that it works in the Induction context, then I want to use it. And I do see the point that, you know, like most of the really big bands, they have their one style and they do it very well. And I guess maybe eventually we will arrive there, but right now it's yeah, maybe a little more diverse. But I wouldn't tell anyone to be scared of too much difference, because I don't think that's the case at all.
Right. Like if you like any one of the singles, probably all three, but if you like the singles, then there's going to be a lot to like on the album. It's not like folks are going to start the album and be like, what is this? This doesn't sound like any of this.
No, we don't have the drum and bass beat right all of a sudden with some English hip hop artist
Start out with a dance
break starting rapping or something.
Yeah.
No, that's not gonna happen. It's all power metal, but in different facets, I think.
Yeah. Awesome. So when you're writing the songs, is there anything that you kind of start with? Is it the melody, or is it you just kind of fiddle in with the guitar and come up with a riff? How does like your songwriting process actually kind of form?
Great question. It can be different every time. If I'm just thinking back to some recent songs that I started writing, or that I am writing, it often just comes with an idea in my head, like I'm thinking of some melody or some riff. And recently I wrote a song where I was in the train, so I didn't have a possibility to record or play. So I just went on my laptop and I put all the notes in MIDI and of programmed everything. And then as soon as I got home, I grabbed the guitar and played it. Usually, of course, like I just start playing and start arranging, and the song kind of peels out of it. Kind of, it's a really cool. It's a really cool process usually, and different every time. I know that one time I had like I watched a documentary, and there was this like drone sound in the background, like very, very far in the back. And it's like, wait a second, what was that? I go back and I listen again. And I think from that, I don't remember which song it was, but from that one little sound was like 1 second of a snippet or something. I got so much inspiration all of a sudden that I wrote a whole song. I think it was Ghost of Silence from the new album, which came out of that. So yeah, it's just inspiration from different places, and then it like just develops the song somehow. Yeah.
So there's a special song dedicated to a drone out there, an
Yes.
unnamed drone.
Yeah.
That's kind of a
Yeah.
funny title too, like Ghost of Silence, you know, as the drone is just kind of silently flying by. That's awesome, man. So you kind of write the core, and then everything just kind of grows from there. And so do you write most of the song, all the different elements, and then send it to the bandmates, and they kind of tweak it as they see fit, or how do they all get involved?
Yeah, pretty much. So what we did on Born from Fire was, well, also compared to the first album, the biggest difference is that I wrote all the songs this time. I spent a lot of time on them, and I made sure that the pre-productions before we went to the studio were superb. So we entered the studio with pretty much exactly knowing every single note that we play, which I think many bands do that, but many bands also just go and make it up on the, like, as they go,
Right.
which I personally don't like. So what I did, I arranged everything up front. I programmed the drums in the project. I programmed the orchestration this time as well. How the melodies should sound and what elements should be there or not. And then I go send it to my bandmates. Here, that's what I made. Check if that's cool for you. You know, for the drummer, for example, maybe you can improve some fills, maybe this or that, you know, and then we just do revisions. He sends me something back. I'm like, yeah, this is really awesome, but this, maybe keep it as it was or make it different still, you know, or oh, wait, actually I have another idea. Yeah. So it takes time, and it's a lot of back and forth, but I'm trying to involve everyone because, well, it's not a project, it's a band. And while I do write everything and coordinate everything, it's very important that everyone feels comfortable with what they do, right? Yeah. So yeah, also with the vocals this time, I also wrote a lot of the like melodies and lyrics together with our singer. And it's like a matter of, you know, a group effort of getting the best possible results, right? Yeah. And for that, I think you need someone to kind of lead it. And then everyone has like their influences in it, which is so far has worked very well for us. Yeah. Awesome. So, you know, you're not just like, here's what I want you to play, and you're going to play that just exactly like that. You get no say in what's going on. Yeah, no, I don't like that so much. I mean, I can be pretty adamant about some parts. I'm like, no, this has to be like this. Trust me, this is great. Sure, you know? Yeah. But I mean, well, who am I to tell them how to play their instrument in the end, you know? I mean, I'm the songwriter, but what I always say, when I cannot disagree with someone, then we decide it in the studio. Then we go to the producer. It's going to be someone that we all trust, and then this person can decide what to do, because if we cannot decide, then this other person that we trust should decide, because I'm of course preoccupied and biased about my songs. Like right. I write them, I listen to them a million times, I make sure everything is perfect in my mind, and then maybe I don't see the great possibility behind the door, you know, because I'm so focused on the sign on the door. This is a great sign, you know, and then I don't even open it, and you know. So yeah, I try to keep it very open, but yeah, following a direction. Yeah. Was there any songs in particular that you kind of had, you know, one way, but it kind of changed quite a bit from the original, or did most of them stay? Oh, you're smiling. I'm already laughing because yeah. There was one song that absolutely got annihilated throughout the process.
Wow.
Basically, I had a I took a song from my very first band called Order and Chaos, which now is also on the album. It's called Order and Chaos on the album, but
Yeah.
get this, piece by piece, I just started out, well, I think the chorus can be better. So I changed the chorus. Then, but now this riff doesn't fit so well after the chorus. So I changed it. So I kept just replacing part by part by part by part, surgically, like, but now this.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, this is better, but now this. Now the intro is too long, so let's make it shorter. And it ended up being the tempo is not the same. The everything, there's no part as it was from before.
Wow.
So that's why I think it's extremely funny, because I just ended up replacing everything in the song, and I can basically take the original song again and start, doing something out of it again. So this is some of the funniest shit to me, but the final result is really amazing. Like I think this song is very special.
So really the name is all that remains.
And right, it's only the name. And the name also just really fits to it, kind of, well, besides the meaning of the lyrics now. But it was really chaotic writing this song, and we also had to order a lot of the elements.
Wow.
So that's a funny story.
So that song might actually give birth to a completely other song down the road. You might revisit that.
I mean, maybe for the fourth album, I will just take the Born from Fire album and just remove part by part every song. There you go.
So Born from Fire, the latest single, oh man, what a great song. I think anybody who saw my reaction knows that I was quite the fan.
I Go to Hell, you mean, right?
Go to Hell, yeah. Which isn't very nice, but
sorry.
No, I just it's got this energy, this real power to it. Where did that come from? That real, just like I said, when you're listening to it, it's just got this powerful energy that's just contagious and infectious.
I mean, for this song, I wanted to really have this like super headbang feel, like, this is fun. And to like right now, this is still one of my favorites, just because of the middle section after the solo, leading into the chorus with the piano, just the drums come in, and it's just fun. This song was originally it was a demo that I wasn't too happy with. I didn't like it so much, and then we got we originally planned, believe it or not, releasing the album at the start of this year already.
Oh wow.
But that ended up being way too tight. But during the time, it was like, damn, okay, now I gotta, we need 2 more songs, because we wanted to do it with like, okay, let's do 2 singles and album, go. Right. I was like, okay, shit, we need 2 more songs. So I took this one, and actually the title track of the album, Born from Fire, and started working on them. And I exchanged the chorus from Go to Hell, and I had the idea for it, like, it like kind of came to me, and I exchanged it, and then everything else kind of went, the thing that stayed from the original version was the main riff. So I don't know, this one kind of just developed, and I tried to make this one a little bit more like of a more commercial hit, just super fun, in your face. So that was kind of the idea behind it.
Awesome. It's so punchy, it's so good. But are we gonna get like a bonus disc of just all a cappella versions of the songs, of you just humming the melody, the instruments and everything?
That's a good idea. I mean, I was thinking of maybe doing like an orchestra version or like instrumental, but a
Yeah,
cappella, fuck yeah. But it
yeah,
has to be
yeah.
recorded really, really badly, I think, like out of time and a little bit out of tune. Make it like extra hilarious.
Yeah, oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be awesome. So what is it that you really want listeners to take away from this album? You know, what is it that when somebody listens to this thing, is there anything in particular you really want them to feel or like just, you know, walk away with and be like, man, this or that, you know?
Gotcha. Well, the most important thing for me when I started writing this album and in the whole process was that the people have fun, you know, because it's what is music about? It's about emotions and, you know, having fun. And I think, like, I mean, I can tell the people, well, take away the deep message of this or that, but I mean, there's the lyrics, you can read them and you can look at them, you can feel the music, but have fun while you listen, god damn it, because that's what it's about. You should, yeah, you should listen and be like into it, you know. um I don't know, I don't have the like crazy great story for that, but it's just music. And hopefully it becomes gets a very special place in the hearts of many listeners. And yeah, what I would be very happy about is obviously when people listen, that they actually enjoy it so much that they just tell other people about, hey, check this album, it's
Yeah,
fucking cool, you know, you should listen to this, because
yeah,
that's the best promotion. And I mean, we're a growing band, right? We're small,
yeah.
but with Born from Fire, I believe we have a very good chance of like capturing new heights and reaching many more new people. And that's ultimately what I just love to see, right?
Yeah, already just with the singles, you know, they just already have a lot of buzz, a lot of attention around those. So, you know, I think your goal is definitely being realized here. But you seem like you just have a lot of fun writing the songs and performing the songs. And do you guys all get together in the studio and just have a good time and kind of goof off a little bit? And or is it
Well,
just once you're in the studio, it's just very serious?
no, it's not serious. I mean, uh, let's put it like this: we definitely have fun, but don't get me wrong, it's a business and it's a fucking hard business, right? And um, the reason why we're like going so far with Induction and we have the production quality is because we all rip off our asses, right?
Yeah.
It's a lot of work, but
Uh,
man, we do it. And um, I cannot tell you how happy I am to have this kind of stress, you know, this, because this is the best stress I can have. I don't want to have any other stress. I'd rather about, shit, I need another song, so I should get on writing, you know.
right.
And like, you know, it's a great privilege to, you know, have this experience and, you know, be on this like process of becoming more and more versed in this whole thing. And ultimately the goal in the end is to have fun, right? It's all about that. But at the same time, I think I see it as like, okay, sometimes I need to do some things that I maybe don't want to do right now. Like, okay, I have to get the paperwork done for
Uh,
this so we can go on this tour. And
yeah.
like, it's okay, this is not fun, but I mean, you have a reason to do these things, right?
Yeah.
Um, and that's I think the beauty of it, that you have like this end goal of, well, we're connecting with the people and the audience, we're going to see all these faces live, and well, we have cool music to deliver and we can play it, you know. And
Yeah.
um yeah, that's something to really work for, and which again and again every day gives me a lot of energy to really keep going.
Sweet. And you guys have a really cool tour coming up too here with Sirius Black and is it Skeleton, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah.
I bet, are you looking forward to that? It's going to be quite the show, I imagine.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's going to be super exciting, especially right now. We're all knee deep in our tour preparation, so everyone's practicing the songs, and I'm building the rec for the live thing. Programming all the stuff, and it's super fun. And yeah, the tour is going to be very exciting because this is the first time with this lineup that we're going to be live, like this, and
Yeah,
we're all making sure that it's gonna like kick ass, and
awesome.
yeah, we just want to have fun and uh see where it goes.
Sweet. And with the new album on the horizon, are you just really excited? Are you anxious for it to just be out already and people can hear it and
Very. It's 2 weeks and 6 days left, so basically 3 weeks now until the release. And dude, I cannot tell you how excited I am. Of course, I'm really hoping that people will pre-order or like buy upon release, buy the album, buy the vinyl, especially because what I'm hoping for is that we get a good chart entry in
Yeah.
Germany, because that would bring us a long way, especially for like when it comes to getting booked for festivals.
Yeah.
That helps us a lot. And as you know, right now it's extremely hard to play live, because the financials are just terrible at the moment.
Yeah.
Everything has suffered after COVID, and it's so expensive to get like a bus, and the gas costs are
Yeah.
it's insane. So this would help us a lot, because getting a good chart entry would ultimately mean that festivals and all these kinds of places would be willing to pay more to book us. And
Yeah.
that's basically what we need to make it happen. I'm happy to play for free everywhere, but the cost I mean, right now, of course, in the end, I need to earn money with this eventually, but
Yeah.
I know that I'm in the starting phase and I don't mind playing for free, but I cannot have costs forever,
Yeah.
At least it needs to be zero.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the next goal, that like a mid or short-term goal that I'm having, is that we are able to play without having to worry about financial things so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So last question. So what is your ultimate goal for the band? Where would you truly like to see the band like in 10 years, or just ultimately at its peak? Where would you like to be with the band?
I mean, I can tell you the wildest dreams right now, but
Sure.
I mean, I see, like the talks that I had with the label, our manager, and the people around Induction, and what I kind of imagine is that in quite a bit of a time that we can maybe position ourselves among the giants of the genre.
Yeah.
That's what I'm really hoping for, that Induction just becomes a name like I don't know. No, it will never be like Halloween or Hammerfall. I believe it's this is a massive like endeavor, but
Well, for the new age, you know what I mean? There's no competing, I guess, with the legendary groups, the
yeah, I don't
classics that have,
like exactly. Yeah, that's where that's the word, legendary. I think it's very hard to achieve legendary status,
yeah.
but of course I would like to play shows for 5,000 people every night. And I mean, recently, around 1.5 months ago, I was on stage with Halloween for a
Yeah.
night, and I played in front of 10,000 people, which was,
Jeez.
for me, that was my biggest show ever.
Wow. Were you
And
nervous
actually,
seeing all those people?
no, I wasn't. I was really excited.
Yeah, a true
A little
showman.
bit nervous, like the natural, like normal
Yeah,
nervousness.
yeah,
But I wasn't like,
yeah.
So I think that's going to be the biggest show that I play for a long time. But that kind of showed me again, well, that's where I kind of want to go. And that's, where my path will hopefully lead me. And I just have to be consistent and keep up releasing music, hopefully keep up releasing good music all the time. Not everyone's gonna always like it, obviously, but yeah, I hope that when we play all our cards right, eventually this is just something that can support me and all the people around it with a good life and with a lot of fun. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, just based on the singles alone, I think this album is a step in the right direction. It's definitely, you're moving closer and closer, you know, in the direction of that ultimate goal. So
yeah, it's super exciting to me. I mean, friends tell me this, and like people that know about Induction, but I've heard album of the year so many times, which is
wow.
crazy to me now, because I mean, Megadeth and Blind Guardian, they released the albums this year, but
right.
People really love the stuff, and like genuinely, like they genuinely want to listen, and that just makes me so happy, you know.
Awesome. So cool, man. So, you know, I'm going to put all of your social media, all that kind of stuff in the description down below, so folks can follow the band, you know, see what you're up to.
They should.
Yeah, see what's coming, all that good stuff, and pre-order the album, the vinyl, all that good stuff. Put links down in the description. So yeah, folks, go visit that stuff. Follow the band. Check out the singles if you haven't already. They're definitely not to miss. And yeah, you know, and thank you so much again for taking the time to chat with me. I really, really appreciate it. And I know I speak for everybody that we're all looking very forward for November 25th. Right, that is the day. The
Write
day
it down in your calendars right now.
Yeah, right now. And we put some you know, like elevator music, some standby music while people go and they can write it down. But yeah, thank you again, man. I really, really appreciate it. And yeah, folks, that's what I got for y'all here today. It's Tim Hansen of a legendary band already, in my opinion, Induction. So yeah, check out the album November 25th, Born from Fire. And like I said, check out the links in the description, follow them, all that good stuff. And thank you all so much for tuning in. I'll catch you all next time. Ranger, out.